We gather in honor of those Americans and so many others. George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery, Botham Jean, Terrence Kutcher, Jordan Davis, Oscar Grant, Philando Castile, Freddie Gray, Walter Scott, Tamir Rice, Michael Brown, Eric Garner, Trayvon Martin. Any other names members wish?
Sean Bell, Jordan Davis, Freddie Gray, Brian Taylor.
We'll now, during the moment of silence, I'm sure that those who have been hurt by all of this won't mind if you shout out names then. For those who wish to, we will now kneel for our moment of silence.
These guys really want to get reelected. Like, so bad. I think he's crying. Is Chuck Schumer crying? Why is he standing? So, according to ABC News here, congressional Democrats observed a nearly 9-minute moment of silence in honor of George Floyd, with some taking a knee inside the Capitol just before unveiling sweeping police reform proposals. And they appear to have all donned this traditional African garb. I was thinking this too. They are a little old. The Democrats, they're starting to age out. Well,
it's better not to have on high heels.
She can't even get off the floor by herself.
It's better not to have on.
Yeah. So, don't treat Africans like kids. Black Twitter erupts at Democrats' anti-police bill stunt. In their latest absurd showing of solidarity with the Black Lives Matter movement, Nancy Pelosi and a host of Democratic lawmakers took a knee and donned traditional African garb during a press briefing where they unveiled their new police reform bill that the White House has already said has no chance of passing. So this is interesting because it's like defund the police, but then the left is like, but of course that doesn't mean there won't be police. So nobody understands. It's just this is fun. I keep hoping that maybe we've hit the high water point and we've seen an end to the madness. And then I realize sometimes I wonder, why do I think that? Why do I want to return to sanity? Because this is pretty great. The Justice and Policing Act of 2020, which Pelosi stressed was drawn up by the Congressional Black Caucus, calls for the introduction of a handful of measures aimed at stomping out police brutality and holding rogue officers accountable. Like, can't you just focus on that? Can't it just be that? Does it have to be defund the police, you know? Because that sounds insane when you're not in a left-wing bubble. Though the full text of the bill is yet to be revealed, despite promises it would be released today, Pelosi claimed it would end officers' immunity from civil lawsuits, creates a federal database of police misconduct, deny funding for departments that allow certain tactics, like chokeholds, require body cameras. I'm all for body cameras in the field, and adopt racial bias training, while restricting weapons transfers. I don't know what that means. Additionally, the bill would require officers who use force against civilians to fill out detailed reports and lower the bar for prosecuting officers who break the law. And they capped it off by what you saw was actually an 8-minute and 46-second kneel, the amount of time Floyd was on the ground. So, almost immediately after the ceremony finished, Republican commentators demanded to see the full text, while hammering the venerable Democrat for her kente cloth outfit and tone-deaf virtue signaling theatrics that turned the dial up to 11 on the tone-deaf scale. And Joe Biden just broke with the BLM's demands to abolish the police. So he's not pure enough. We've seen this with Chris Novoselic, who wasn't quite pure enough because he thought Trump gave a good speech. Can't have that. You have to have just pure submission. Let's see. This woman goes on quite the rant. You can see this. Charlie Kirk. Oh, late to the party, Charlie Kirk. How is it not cultural appropriation? Can you imagine if a Republican had done it? Yeah, thanks, Charlie. Great job. Rakiyatu Utu. Hey everyone, Ghana never weave the kente cloth. We don't even know what that is. Speaker Pelosi got that from China. Hey, I didn't know that. Not ashamed to say I didn't know that. So yeah, they're wearing a black person Halloween costume and kneeling, just like LeBron James. That's what all the cool black athletes do, right? Vote for us. I mean, if this isn't treating you like a complete idiot, I don't know what can make this more plain. Let's see. Roxanne Gay, I'm not sure what's funnier, those ridiculous politicians wearing kente cloth or Cory Booker smartly opting out. Yeah, well, let's see. It's so ridiculous that it's kind of hard to even wrap my head around. Like, how is this not cultural appropriation? Well, because they're Democrats. They literally can do anything, and the media, the late night talk show hosts, will all be sympathetic to it. This guy says, I admit I did not have congressional delegations draped in kente cloth on my bingo card. Yeah, I didn't see this one coming either, I got to admit. And so for all those who think they know the future and what's coming next, picture this guy. And so what I think you're seeing is something that is familiar to conservatives and the Tea Party movement. Here you have Mitt Romney marching with Black Lives Matter. Like, okay, you may have said something grassroots. I don't know how grassroots this is, but giving it the benefit of the doubt. And then it's like, ooh, that's successful. And so the politicians run with it. But of course, this is why socialism sucks, guys. This is why top-down management is bad when it comes to living in a free country. This is how it they're taking over your movement and they're politicizing it. They're corporatizing it. They're wrapping it in plastic and bubble wrap and putting it in a container to sell to, well, mostly white lefty liberals in California and New York. And see, this is only possible because black Americans vote 95% Democrat. Now, there's some statistics say that may be changing, but until that does change, this is what you're going to get. Like, this doesn't stop as long as they have nearly 100% black support. In fact, there would never be another Democrat president again if they didn't have this supermajority of black voters. And that's why you're seeing this. I don't think I have to tell you that they don't care about you. They just want the power, and they'll do anything. So, I mean, it's up to you. I got a good laugh out of this, if nothing else. And I wanted to make a quick video to get it out there. But keep in mind, when you go to vote, whatever your skin color is, keep in mind that the Democrats were the ones that founded the KKK. Keep in mind that George C. Wallace, who made the famous stand in the schoolhouse door back in the 60s, he was a Democrat in office until 1987. Okay, we're not talking the Civil War here. 1987. Keep in mind the Democrats barely managed to get over 50% support for the Civil Rights Act, while the Republican Party voted 80%. Keep in mind Robert Byrd was the Grand Cyclops for the Klan. He died in office in 2010, and Obama spoke these glowing words about his long political history. Keep in mind that with the media, academia, entertainment industry, music industry, as long as you're a Democrat, as long as you have a D after your name, you can do no wrong. And if you are a black American, like right now, man, you're the only one that has the power to make this stop. So, vote in 2020.